let me ask you a question. When you graduated high school, did you feel as if your high school had adequately prepared you for college or to enter the workforce? According to a survey done by Achieve.org, only 4 out of 10 high school students responded yes to that question. So that gets me thinking, why do 60% of high schoolers, when they graduate, feel as though they are not prepared or ready to go to college? Well, I want to start by breaking down the reasons why students may not feel ready for college. And that largely has to do with how the high school education system fails its students in preparation for adult life. When we are learning information in schools, oftentimes it comes with this idea that we have to memorize things. We have to memorize dates, we have to memorize names, we have to memorize places, we have to memorize parts of the body, we have to memorize mathematical equations and theorems. We aren't actually comprehending and critically understanding what we are being taught most of the time. Another issue is that schools really feel as though education should be one size fits all, but that is simply not the case. When we have students from diverse backgrounds, we have to accommodate those differences between our students because everybody learns differently. When we have students who don't speak English as a first language or are immigrants and have completely differing cultures than we do, or who come from poor socioeconomic backgrounds and maybe don't have the resources and tools that other students do, we have to take that into consideration and allow them choices to help them further their education in a way that is going to be best for them. Something that schools really do not teach their students are how to communicate effectively, how to manage their emotions effectively, how to problem solve critically, and simple critical thought and analyzation. When we think about that, those are all really huge tools that we need to be successful in the adult world, not just in work or in school, but also with our relationships with ourselves and others. I believe that if we gave high school students more of a shot at choosing bits of their own education, it can help them further achieve and more quickly achieve their future career and life goals. Another reason that I think that this would be beneficial is because then students could have the chance to experiment while in high school with what maybe they want to do with their lives. A lot of students go into college not knowing for sure what they want to do, myself included, and I feel like a lot of students end up switching their majors somewhere down the road, and this can be a huge time waster, huge waste of money. It can be a huge setback both emotionally and financially and even academically, and it can really just take a really big toll on an individual. I believe that if we were able to give students in high school a way to experiment with different career choices and future choices, early on, when the consequences of committing to those choices aren't so large and so grave, that we would truly have more students who weren't going to drop out of college and we'd see better success rates in college. There are also several other added benefits, like students will be more engaged in learning when they get to choose what they are learning about. Students will also feel more prepared for their futures, for entering the workforce, for going to college, for making decisions. It teaches them decision making and responsibility. It teaches, basic functions of how to be an adult. It can also, with reform of the education system, teach us more practical life skills, such as how to do taxes, how to buy a car, how to manage a loan, budget. It can teach us all kinds of different things. It can teach us how to find scholarships. It can teach us how to to get grants and take out loans. Some schools are already doing this. Some schools have options for what is the word? Pause. Sorry guys, I gotta think of this word. Electives. Okay. Reverse. Some schools have elective classes in which they can do career exploration, and I think that this should be a required course for all students to take. In my high school, it was not. Another option for students is dual enrollment, and this is a really great option for students, especially ones who are concerned with how they're going to afford college. When you're in high school and you're high school offers dual enrollment classes, most of the time these dual enrollment classes are free unless you fail the class, and you can earn real college credits with these classes. Another way is through CTE or vocational classes, which aren't the best option for a lot of students because CTE classes take up most of your day. So you are only in class in your actual school until about lunchtime, and then you go to another school and you are finishing off your day with this one class instead of having the rest of your day to finish your other 3 or 4 classes. But this is still an option for students in a lot of schools. So classes that CTE offers are typically classes such as automotive, culinary arts, life skills, so like sewing and things like that. Also offer engineering or robotics, just different things like that. And I think that these are really great starts, but I believe that we can continue to improve on this and do better with our education systems by allowing students themselves to choose their area of study and improving on the aspects of school that we already have that are required for students, and maybe just reevaluating the way that these classes actually have a real life meaning in the modern world. So that's what I got so far. So thank you all for listening.